everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show is beef ginger with miso sesame rice and roasted broccoli. It's show number 304, and I know you are really going to enjoy this. This is one of my favorite Asian foods. You can do chicken, or you could do beef, or you could do pork. Today I'm going to do beef. Let's start out by washing our vegetables. I have this all washed, and while I'm thinking of it, please subscribe. The button is in the lower right hand corner if you're on a computer. If you're on a cell phone, please stand up your cell phone and you should see the subscribe button. Also, my question of the day is, do you like olive oil? If you like olive oil, hit the thumbs up. I love to see your replies. If you like olive oil, hit the thumbs up now. Let's get started with our ingredients. The first thing we need to do is boil some water for our rice. Now I need to put together a mix. I have about a half of a shot glass of water, or 2 or 3 tablespoons. I've measured out some miso paste. If you want these measurements, after you click on the subscribe button, you'll see the more button, or if you want, you can go to my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com, and there you'll see my recipe. Now, you'll hear the water boiling in the background. I've got it on the stove, which is really hot, and it's getting started. I've got the honey in there. I gotta do this ginger. Now, ginger is hot, so use it gingerly. I don't know what that means, but don't use a lot. I'll tell you this, if you use a lot of ginger, Barb yells at you. It just as soon as she gets her breath back. One day I used too much ginger, and we thought we were gonna die. It was so good, but it was a little warm. Just a little bit of the ginger. Sometimes people will use a spoon to scrape that off the outside. I don't really find it that necessary. I'm using a chef's knife. Didn't even switch to a paring knife, and I'm able to cut this up. Let me take this lid off this pot. Cutting this up. Actually, you know, I have to do garlic too. And I have my slicer. So something I don't normally do, but I'll bet it would be a really good thing to do, would be to use my slicer dicer. I'm going to take my ginger and I'm going to put it in my garlic chopper. Look at that. This darn thing, I think it's like 10 bucks. This thing works so well. And you know what's nice is if you order more than one, it uses a little charger wire like a cell phone, and you can be charging more than one. You have the bases, which are the same. It's a little white plastic cup. They're all the same, so you can interchange them. I have one that's dirty, didn't get washed, so this is the clean one that I had in the drawer. Works perfect. This is all mixed. Now let's start with the broccoli. Turn the pan on, get it hot, olive oil, a couple of tablespoons or more. I love olive oil, more the merrier. Get that getting hot. When it starts to shimmer, it's ready to roll. Now let's do our broccoli. It's all washed. Broccoli is kind of funny. What I like to do is the best trick in the world for cutting broccoli, and that is use a putty knife. just like this, fast and easy. So what I'm going to do, because I don't have a putty knife handy, rather than trying to cut and cut the back, I'm going to cut off the tops just like this in a circle. You're going to see in a minute what it looks like. And you will be amazed. That was the best way to do it. And they call these florets. So you cut them up like that, and they call them florets. Now, what I like to do is to go to where the stem is, and I cut a little plus sign in the stem. I need to put the rice in the water. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. Here we go. Now, one thing about cooking rice, the way I'm doing it, we're going to want to use a wooden spoon, keep an eye on it, and we're going to stir it every so often. The oil is starting to shimmer. Let's get these in the pan. You'll notice I'm using a big deep pan which will hold all these. My rice is cooking. Every once in a while I have to stir it. I need to buy another rice cooker. Mine burnt out because I used it so much. Let's do the garlic, which has to go in with the rice. So just the typical, knock the end off. Next thing to do is to put a little bit of salt and pepper on your mix here, just like that. And then I've been kind of using my wok shovel lately. I haven't been using my wok though. But let's just turn these over. Now you can roast these in the oven if you want on a cookie sheet. I find it just faster to do with this pan. I think it works well. You want to cook these about as long as it takes your rice. I've got about 5 minutes left on my rice. This is all done. Let's just take these out of here and put them in a glass bowl because they're going to be hot. Then let's get some new oil in here right away before it overheats. Now let's get our beef in here. And wash my hands. That's pretty funny, I left that in there. Rice is done. Break this out. And then let's go get that rice off there and get that drained and washed. Now you have to wash your rice. If you don't, it will be real sticky and stick together. I'm just going to let this start and then I'll season it in a minute when I come back. Now here is my rice and here is my sesame seed oil. Just Sprinkle that in there like that. I'm just going to put the lid on it and keep it warm. The meat, salt and pepper. In the end, you want to check the meat to make sure it is at least 165. Use a digital thermometer, and I'll be doing that in a little bit as soon as it's not pink anymore. Now let's put our sauce in here. I also threw the butter in. Let's go ahead and start to serve things up. It is going to be delicious. So here's our rice. And a serving spoon. This is hot. So I just take and put some rice right here in the center. Just like that. I'll get the lid back on this to keep it warm. Then I have some broccoli. Just like that. And some meat. Right on top. Well, there you go. That's my show for the day. Please subscribe. If you like, please hit the thumbs up and be sure to come back and see us again next time. Goodbye for now.